for you. There's nothing in this world I wouldn't do.
Welcome back to the Winded Podcast. Brothers Parlay, Week 8, full attendance tonight. How's everybody feeling tonight?
Feeling good, feeling
Feeling
right.
real good.
Feeling like this is the week we get a win?
Gotta be.
Why not this week?
Why
Why
not?
not us?
Why not this week? We got a good show tonight. We're going to go over our picks. We'll go over our current records, which aren't that great. Obviously, one of us is doing really well, but the others are kind of struggling behind. We'll cover that. We'll get into a question that Liam posed the other day. What is the worst place to watch your team play? If you're watching on TV or watching wherever, the worst situation that you could find yourself watching. And then I have a question for the boys that I'm going to ask that I came up with this week. Kind of a thought that crossed my mind, and I figured I'd bring it on here and we could hash it out. Maybe we're all on the same page. Maybe we disagree. We'll see. Well, let's kick it off. I can actually get the parlay started if you want, boys, unless anybody's dying to get in there.
Kick it off.
Yeah, fired up.
All right. I obviously am in dire need. Actually, Aiden, you have the records in front of you. Want to read those off real quick before we get started?
Yeah, so we have leading the pack. We have Liam with five hits, 2 losses. I am after him with 2 and 5, and then Seamus and Barrett are both 1 and 6.
It's going to be a heck of a run to finish the season. Just you wait.
Not ideal.
11 straight.
yes.
Starting the week.
Yeah, not great, but it can only go up from here, and I think this is the week. And like I said, I am in dire need of a win, so I am going to go with somebody that is very reliable and still plus money. I was convinced that I was going to go minus money just to try and really get a win, but I don't think the gambling gods would like me really taking the easy way out unless that was what I wanted to do. So I am going to go with the quarterback of the Buffalo Bills, Josh Allen, at plus 100 for an anytime touchdown. I think Bills coming off 2 straight losses plus the bye. I think Josh Allen is still the best player in the league, the MVP. I think he gets in this weekend.
Yeah, I agree. I like the Bills coming off the bye this week. I think they're going to come out trying to prove something.
Yeah, agreed. I can go next. Kind of playing off of Seamus's taking the easy way out. That's exactly what I'm doing. I'm taking a running back in what should be a high scoring game in a high powered offense, and I need W's here. So I'm going Rashad White. Feel good about it. I wish I had him on my fantasy team because I like double dipping there, but going Rashad White to get into the end zone.
I like it.
Yeah.
And I that is not taking shots. That's not the easy way out because you still got to get in the end zone. I just think if that's your main logic, I think if you like the pick and that's what you want to pick,
if you only pick the negative odds ones, maybe statistically you're going to end up on top, but you're not going to. I don't think you're going to end up plus money. You got to go. You got to go with those big hitters every once in a while.
It's no guarantee of a win. Otherwise, that's all everyone would do. But
Exactly.
I like the pick, Rashad White. And Rashad White is minus 135. I don't know if you said that.
I did not, but yeah.
Okay, minus 135.
Okay, Liam, you want to go?
Sure, yeah. Starting to feel a little bit of pressure with, I guess, the record 5-2. I kind of dealt with it every week where I kind of battle, have a lot of guys that I like, and then, I guess more times than not, I've got lucky. This one, I'm starting to feel a little bit of pressure on. I still don't even know what name is going to come out right now. But I think I'm going to go with Dallas Goedert, tight end of the Philadelphia Eagles. I don't know. It's just always a little nerve-wracking making these picks, and I'm hoping I get the right one. again this week because I feel good about the first 2 picks we've heard. I trust Aiden. You got another winner coming up. So
Dallas
hopefully,
Goddard
yeah.
plus 185 as of right now.
Nice. Yeah, I love it. And I will say Sunday is National Tight End Day, which in previous years has been huge for the tight ends. And I think, I don't know, maybe it was last year. I think we said maybe 8 guys got in, 8 tight ends got in last year. Don't quote us on that. But so I'm also going with a tight end, and I'm taking arguably the best tight end in the league this year in Tyler Warren of the Indianapolis Colts. I think he's plus 110 right now.
Let me see. Got it right here. Tyler Warren is plus 110 right now.
Colts might hit the over alone in that game.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we did. We are, and I didn't say this before. We are live across a couple different platforms. We do have some people chiming in, or a person chiming in on Instagram. We have Bogues37_ commenting on the pressure that Liam's feeling, saying pressure because he joined the live. So I don't know if that's where the pressure is coming from. I think maybe otherwise, but shout out Bogues37 for watching live.
Yeah, no, I had no idea. This is breaking news to me, but maybe subconsciously it just felt like that was why.
Yeah, I mean, it's the pressure can come from anywhere, and some people. We got Aiden Sullivan joining the live. Love it.
Yeah. Get those viewers up
from all angles. I love it. All right, so I do have I don't know if we can see that, but we have the odds right here. So we have me taking Josh Allen plus 100, Aiden taking Tyler Warren plus 110, Rashad White from Baird at minus 135, and Liam taking Dallas Goddard plus 185, totals to 1983. What do we think of the odds, boys?
Good. I did just see Jeremy from Roxbury place the bet.
Wow.
First one. Nice.
Love that. Jeremy from Roxbury.
We're telling him.
Check out
he wants that t-shirt.
Yes, he does. Check out yesterday's Big Bad Bruins show. Jeremy Roxbury is a wild card for sure. Awesome. Well, I like it. I like it's National Tight Ends Day, and we have 2. I think we talked about trying to be fancy and go 4 tight ends, but we haven't earned that right yet. So I like having the mix of tight ends. We have 2 tight ends, a running back, and a quarterback. No wide receivers. Any thoughts on that?
I feel like tight ends nowadays are just heavier wide receivers, right? Like it's kind of a semantics at some point.
Yeah, just bigger bodies in the red zone. I feel like, more tight ends are getting targeted once you get inside, or you're running the ball like, Josh Allen and Rashad White could do, or you're going to throw it to a big body. It's hard to get open, create space, unless you're making that big explosive play. Yeah, which plenty of wide receivers in the league can do, but we're talking it's this weekend.
It's the game has changed so much that it's really anybody can score at any given point. The offenses are so kind of versatile, and you look at the Lions where it's we've joked that they have offensive linemen that could score at any given point. So I don't mind not having a wide receiver in there, especially with the picks that we've made. Anybody got anything else they like for the weekend?
I do. So the name that I thought I might be saying was Daniel Jones. I went with the tight end. I don't know. It got in my head once, heard Josh Allen pick. I was like, do I want 2 quarterbacks? And then, it's like, I'd rather 2 tight ends. I don't know. Just Daniel Jones. I like Daniel Jones this weekend. I like him getting a touchdown. And I also like his passing over 250 yards.
Yeah.
Daniel Jones touchdown is plus 245, which I think is great value for sure. Because what were you saying about Daniel Jones and what he's kind of projected as? What was the source you were citing?
It was ESPN's Michael Clay. He had his implied odds at like minus 110. So that's quite the swing for the bookmakers, having it at plus 245. But
While we're
Michael
talking
Clay
about
doesn't have his own sports book, so I don't know.
True. Speaking of sports books, I want to give a quick shout out to the boys. Ross, Brian, and Tom have officially made the switch from FanDuel back over to DraftKings. So very exciting news. And Benny B. Sorry, forgot about Benny B. So yeah, me and Mike Falone finally got the boys to make the switch. And they're loving their time on DK already. So DK, if you're listening, we're already converting people over. So
Get him in the Beefy Boys betting group.
I was gonna
will.
say, yeah.
We do have one that's us, but I'll add him for sure. That thing will be running 24 hours a day because I woke up this morning to a bunch of texts about I think Japanese women's table tennis, and they were all live betting it at like 5 a.m. So you might have to turn your notifications off at night for those guys.
What? I mean, why were they holding out on good leads? Like,
No, they're very
they know
active.
something we don't. What's going on?
Yeah, so I'll add them to that group for sure, just so you can see the psychotic betting behavior that they have.
Responsibly, though.
Yeah, of course, only
Yes.
responsibly.
Yeah.
And thank you for saying that. Aiden did want to remind everybody that this is for entertainment only. All the picks we make are picks that we feel confident in, but we don't imply that you should put yourself into any risky situation with the picks that we've made, especially with the record that we have so far. What else we got? Aiden, did you have any other picks?
Yeah, kind of just sticking with the National Tight End Day theme. I feel like George Kittle has identified himself as Mr. Tight End in the league now, and I feel like at plus 185, that's just a good bet to make. And then also Tucker Kraft on Sunday Night Football at plus 135, I liked as well.
I like it. I also have a tight end and I didn't realize that it was National Tight End Day. I like Kyle Pitts. I know he's a very polarizing tight end. I think he's got a good connection with Michael Penix. I like him at plus 175. And then I also like DK Metcalf at plus 145.
Couple big boys.
Big boys getting in the end zone for sure.
Yeah, no Cowboys picks.
They honestly just have so many guys now. It's tough to narrow it down to who's gonna score. You know, I am excited for that. I am excited for that game against Denver, especially with Dre Greenlaw being out. That is definitely helpful. But I was gonna say I'm surprised nobody's taking Cortland Sutton because we've deemed him a very reliable wide receiver, scoring touchdowns, and he's playing the Cowboys. So let's throw Cortland Sutton out there too as a pick, so we can clip that if we're right.
Yeah, and speaking of tight ends, tight end just scored the rookie for the Chargers.
Aronde Gadsden.
Yeah, he's been kind of going off lately.
Oh, he did. He just scored in the game right now.
Yep.
That's so funny. When we were talking about tight ends, I almost said, well, I like Aronde Gadsden, but he's playing tonight. And here he goes. Yeah, I'm up against him in fantasy, so that's great.
Oh, there might have been a penalty, unless it was after the play.
It hasn't shown up on the stats yet, so but I was in the running to pick him up, even though I've already got Goddard because I think he's going to turn into something this season. But,
Getting a touchdown this weekend.
what's that?
He's getting the touchdown this weekend. Goddard?
Oh no. The Gadsden.
Oh, you said Goddard.
I said I was going to pick up Aronde Gadsden, even though I already had Goddard.
Gotcha.
Like, even though I already have like a pretty good tight end, I was in the running on the waiver wire for Gadsden because I think he's that good.
Gotcha.
B, you have any other football picks or any other You got any soccer picks for the weekend?
No, I haven't. I haven't gotten around to the soccer picks other than I know the Warriors are going to win again. U11 Warriors, let's go.
All right, love it.
Minus
The
400.
what's that?
Minus 400.
Jonathan Taylor odds.
Yeah. Oh, they're playing a team that has to win to get into the playoffs. Like they're right on that bubble, so they're going to come out firing. And our boys know that they've already got the playoffs locked up. So I don't really know like what to expect from it. So we'll see where they end up. I think the only like tight end related pick I'd have for this weekend, talked a little bit about in the pre-show, is Hunter Henry. Like I feel like he's been a little bit quiet recently. I think this is a good opportunity for them to run up the score a little bit on Sunday, and so I think I like Hunter Henry to get in for a touchdown.
All right, I like it. All right, so on to the topic that Liam posed sometime last week. And what inspired this, Liam? And actually, I'll let you set it up if you want.
Yeah, it just was something that kind of came to mind. You know, it's having a conversation with somebody. Well, do you want to just ask what the question is? I guess because I can't really get into it without it being answered.
The question is, and you can clean it up if I'm not wording it right. But where's the worst place to watch your team in a game? Kind of if you really want to watch the game, you care about the game. Where's the worst place to kind of be stuck watching?
Right. Yeah. So that was it, and kind of more so like even like a big game. I guess it depends on what sport you're talking about, right? Like MLB, they play so many games. Like I feel like sometimes it doesn't really matter where you're watching, but I'm thinking like playoffs or for the NFL, like they play so few games that like each game feels significant more so than some of these leagues that play so many games. But so I guess the answer that I have is, and this is from experience having to watch a Bruins playoff game in this position, it was on a flight. I thought having to watch a game on a flight, I mean, lucky enough to be able to watch the game on the flight, but I'm very passionate when I'm watching the Bruins, and like the people around you, they might be watching the Bruins, but they don't care. And it's like hard watching a playoff game to be totally in control of your emotions. So I felt like the airplane was that's my one place I don't want to be stuck having to watch an important game.
That's a really good answer and an angle I had not thought of, like kind of almost, I don't want to say trapped, but like stuck in a place where you can't really like get up, take a walk, like grab a beer on your own pace. Like you're just kind of like trapped in this little space.
Not to mention if you're not in the air for the entire game, like say you land and it's like the middle of the third period, you're like having to wait to get off to then like run to a bar to try, like you like can't just like watch the game like how you want to, you're at, and
just take a couple laps around in the air while we finish this third period off.
Right. Yeah. So yeah,
it probably helps with the actual like plane ride. It's like, I got a 3-hour flight, but it's at least I got something to keep me entertained throughout the flight, which
I feel like I'd be on pins and needles the whole time waiting for the stream to drop.
So this for the pilot to jump over the overhead. Just pause the
exactly. Yeah.
This was a 2019 Cup run. I believe it was the Stanley Cup. I think they were playing the Blues. I was in New York, flight delayed, led to me having to be on the flight. Like I was supposed to be home like well in advance of puck drop, no issues, but flight delayed. And like that's such like a short flight that like you're not on the plane for the entire game. You're like
barely on for a whole period with commercials. You know what I mean? Like
I mean it's like an hour flight, so yeah, you might have been like a period, but then like do you watch the rest of the game at the airport when you get there? You Uber home and hope that you can get there and just listen on the radio or on your phone, whatever. But it was just it was tough. A coworker of mine had tried to move a flight recently to avoid missing a game. They dealt with the delay and had to watch on the plane. So flying on a day of a game, it's tough. Like playoffs, like, you know, they play every other day. If you're going to be traveling, it's like,
Yeah.
you can't really control that. But
Yeah.
anyway, that's kind of what sparked it. My previous experience with that coworker and him, you know, telling me,
Gotcha.
you weren't
No,
very
that makes
fun to fly with watching that game. But yeah, anyway.
All right, Aiden, you got one or?
I can't. I mean, there's obviously plenty of bad places to be watching a game. I personally, if it's a big game, I hate watching it in a crowded bar, especially when it's like, I mean, I know that same Stanley Cup year, I know we watched at a crowded sports bar where like you get a game 7, everyone's coming out to watch the game. People who don't know the sport don't care, but they're going to pretend like they do.
Oh
And
yeah, I
then
got into some trouble that night.
as someone who like cares about every game, and then it's just, I would much rather, I like being in a my own space with a few people that are there to watch the game and not there for the social aspect. But I mean, obviously being in a bar is not the worst place to watch the game, but that's just, if it's a big game, get me on a couch in my own home, ideally.
Yeah. No,
I
that's
mean,
fair.
obviously, this wouldn't happen for a playoff game, but I would say watching a game, trying to watch a game in a bar when the sound's not on or the sound is like move it, like there's some, you know, switching games or someone changes it or whatever. Like that's frustrating.
Mm-hmm.
That's frustrating. Yeah. I don't know if this is necessarily a place, but more of a situation. Although this has happened to me, it's like in this day and age of streaming versus cable versus like all these other things. Like I feel like watching it in a scenario where you are delayed in some way, and maybe people around you aren't.
Mhm.
And like I know you tossed out an example beforehand. Like I've got an example back when I lived in an apartment of like hearing someone's reaction to a big thing like just before you, and you're wondering like, did we get an interception? Or did they score? Like who are they cheering for? Like that kind of that scenario is not fun for me.
Yeah,
Although
the
when
streaming has made it tough. Even just like with group chats, you got to put the phone on do not disturb because someone could react to a goal or a touchdown, and you're like, oh, they don't even.
the original version of this was like, oh, I DVR'd the game,
Mhm.
right? Like, don't tell me, right? But that was really easy because you could just like tell your one group chat or the one person you were going to see, like you weren't getting like live updates on your phone constantly, right? So I've had games where I'm like, oh, I DVR'd it, I'm going to watch it later, and then like someone random through the woodwork, like, oh, like congrats on Chelsea. I'm like, fuck, guys, like I can't even think about to warn this guy, right?
Yeah, you're like the only person I know that still does that.
I think that's a soccer thing. I used to, and I don't know if it's because of the time differences and everything, but I used to work with a guy who would, I think he was like a Manchester United fan. He would like, you know, clog his ears, like no one tell me about the game. Like I'm recording it.
Yeah.
I'm going to watch this when I get home.
It only happens for me when I have to be at like a kid thing during when the game is happening. Otherwise, we're watching it live. Like we've got it on at home. But and then I would say maybe like 50% of the time we don't watch the game later. You know, like because I've like I'll get a phone update or something, and I'll be like, they lost. I don't want to watch it.
Yeah,
but
that's the thing with me, as I would not be able to not see the score.
it's because I'm watching with Chase, right? It's like, and I don't want to like know if I like get up and leave for the second half of the first half, he's like, well, why are you leaving? It's like, oh, I know there's no goals. You know what I mean? Like, like
No corner kicks.
yeah. There's no corner. They've already hit the over on the corners. I know it's gonna hit. So. Yeah. Originally, when I was thinking of this question, I was thinking like, oh, like in like a rival bar, like you're watching a Boston, a Sox game in New York or something like that, and you're like head to toe in gear. But like I watched one of the like the U.S. versus Canada game, like hockey game, and I was in Toronto, and that was a little weird. Like I was in a bar, and obviously I wasn't like wearing USA. I had come from a work event. I wasn't wearing like U.S. flag or anything, so no one could really tell. Although they figured it out when I started reacting to poor plays by the States. But yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, those are all good answers. Really, the one that came right to top of mind for me as a bartender is at work, being stuck at work,
Shit.
and it's like it's almost like a tease where like the game is right there, and like there are moments where like you can keep an eye out and you can know what's going on, but half the time you're busy or like you're hearing a reaction and then you're turning around. Like it's not the most. Sometimes it's a fun atmosphere, but if it's a game like you described that you really care about and you really want to watch, being stuck behind the bar is not fun. Like the other night, I was working during the beginning of the Bruins Panthers game, so I kind of missed a lot of the Marchand stuff. Had to go back and watch it later. So that's really my answer for that. Real quickly, I do want to kind of get to this question before I have to wrap it up. When you guys buy clothes, do you wear them right away or do you wash them first?
I guess it depends on what it is.
Well, like say you just bought a t-shirt, like do you just like rip the tags off and throw it on, or would you wash it first?
I'd probably
Put
it on with the tags on, see if it fits. And
Well, I mean,
be
like you want it, like it's your shirt, it fits everything. Like first time you wear it, is it cleaned? Is it washed by you, or is it from the rack, from the box, whatever?
No, I'll wash it.
I wouldn't. I would put it on and like make sure it like fits. Then the tags just come off, and I'm like, yeah, it looks good.
Yep.
This is what I'm wearing today.
Yeah, it's interesting you say you wash it bare because I always want like that thought had never crossed my mind, and I forget where it was, but somebody said like they bought a shirt and then they washed it, and I'm like, I never would have even thought to do that. I like the smell of like a brand new shirt, like in that washing it like immediately takes that away.
Only if it's like a thrifted shirt or something.
Oh yeah, that something like that's different.
I feel
underwear,
like
I do.
I feel like I'm washing it. Yeah, I'll like if I buy a bunch of stuff or like buy a bunch of stuff from an online store, it all comes and I try it all on. The stuff I'm keeping, I'm popping the tags and I'm putting it in the laundry.
Really?
Okay.
I didn't even know people do that.
Yeah, so that was my thing.
Why would you try it on and be like, this is fine to try on? Like, what's the difference?
Just feels like the right thing to do. I don't know. Like like I think it probably came from I've worked at like a clothing retail store before. I worked in the fitting rooms, and so I see how many people try on stuff before you actually buy something. But the example I just gave is buying stuff online. No one's ever touched that, right? Like it's possible a human being's skin has never come in contact with that ever. It's just a habit, I think. Like maybe like a hoodie, like Brothers Parlay hoodie came the other day. I put that right on.
Yeah.
Right. But I had like a t-shirt underneath it. Like I wore it to the Bruins game the other night. Like I put that on, but I don't know. Most of the stuff I think I'm putting that stuff in the wash. Yeah.
Hoodies, I'll go as long as I can before washing.
Yeah.
It's got that soft feel to it.
Oh yeah.
Unless I get a stain on it or I'm like sweating it, I'm like, this is getting a couple of wears before it's thrown in the wash. Keep that fresh, new feel.
All right. Well, I'm glad we at least had one that, because I was like, I know that there's people out there that do it, and it never crossed my mind until I was like way older and I heard somebody say that they do that. And I was like, I never would have even thought of that.
Yeah. I mean, I do know Sarah does not agree with me. Like Sarah definitely doesn't feel like you need to wash clothes.
Yeah. You don't. So stop doing it.
Yeah, I mean, my situation is different. I guess if I like had like a washer and dryer, like easier to do, like maybe I would, but right now it's like doing laundry.
I thought of that angle. Yeah,
I have to like take like an elevator and put money on my phone to do laundry right now. Just to wash a new shirt seems kind of silly.
Yeah, you don't have a laundry fairy in your apartment?
Well,
I just put it in the hamper and then it like shows up.
Yeah.
right. But I want normally when I buy a shirt, I want to wear it. I want to wait a week.
Yeah.
I have a bad habit of buying shirts and then just like not wearing them for a while.
Yeah.
And then never
You
wear
need the
it.
right occasion.
Like I think I have a shirt that's just in my drawer that haven't even taken out of the plastic
Full
yet.
tags.
Sitting there. Yeah.
Full tags. Yes. That's awesome.
All right. Well, sorry to break this up. I do have to go. So I do want to recap the parlay real quick.
Yeah, get it.
Make it nice and easy listen for everybody on their Friday morning. Nice quick 30 minutes. Love it. So we got the parlay. I got Josh Allen, anytime touchdown, plus 100. Aiden taking Tyler Warren, plus 110. Barrett taking Rashad White, minus 135. And Liam, the leader of the pack, taking Dallas Goedert, plus 185, which totals up to 1983. So thanks to the live audience. Some of you have already. Oh, shout out Luke.
We needed Life is Luke to make his
Yep.
podcast debut for the
Love it.
vibes. He looks thrilled to be here.
Yeah, he looks
Happy to be here.
Blink twice if you're here under duress.
All right. Well, make sure you get that bet in, and hopefully the odds continue to go up so I can bet it a couple more times at better odds.
Mhm.
And hopefully this time next week we're celebrating win number 1. I got a good feeling about this one. I know you boys do too. Anything else before we go?
The giveaway is still active.
Giveaway
You can-
is still
Warm up that
active.
tinker cannon, baby.
Yep. And I will be putting link below the new store, fancy new store. It's a great store. Down below. I don't know why I did like a Trump impression there, but
It's a big, beautiful store.
it's a beautiful store.
No,
Everybody's saying
Yeah.
it.
Yeah. And breaking news, Cape Cod Gambling t-shirt now available as a hoodie as well, per request from our sister Kylie. So I believe the first one has already been purchased and on its way to Texas. So that's all we have tonight. We'll see you next time. Aiden, what do we say?
breathe easy.
Bye, guys.